Today we have another battery drain, this time on a 2010 BMW X5 3-liter. Customer says this one has been to 3 other shops who haven't been able to find the problem, so they brought it to us. So we got the doors closed, the vehicle locked, we left everything for 20 to 30 minutes to let it power down. So now we have an amp clamp on the battery negative cable. We're measuring with our picoscope. You can see we have about 150 up to even 300 milliamps draw, which is way too high. We want to see about 50 milliamps or less. There it is, close to 300. So that's definitely a problem. So we've checked each of these cables coming off of the main battery fuses here, and they're all less than 50 milliamps, 20 to 15 even, except for this one here has our 100 plus, 120, 170, 200. So that's our guy right there. We got to see where that cable goes, and we'll see. Using a multimeter, we found that this fuse had current flowing on it. We had voltage drop across it. So we pulled it, put a fuse loop in with our amp clamp again, just to verify. There it is. That's definitely our issue. So we have to find out what that fuse feeds. Looking at this diagram, we see that that fuse there is F94, feeds the parking brake control module. We come over to this wiring diagram just to verify. Parking brake control unit, F94, 30 amp, that's right there. Nothing else being fed off of that line. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go down to this module, unplug it, and we want to see that current drop down to nothing. So this guy here is our parking brake control module, which we now have unplugged. And this is that main power feed that comes from that fuse. So we're gonna see if that current flow is gone. So now with that module unplugged, we actually still have current flow, which doesn't make any sense because our diagram shows us that fuse only feeds that module. There's nothing else on that circuit, which means there's something else going on with this vehicle. Maybe something is shorting. Maybe there's some aftermarket accessories. We don't know. We're gonna find out. We're inspecting our harness, and this is our cable that comes off of that fuse, and you can see that up to that point we do have our current draw there. And after pulling this out, we can see we got some aftermarket wiring. There's our cable, it comes through. Taking this off, do it with one hand here, maybe. There we go. We have something tapped into this cable. So I'm going to pull this off, and we're going to check our amperage again and see what we got. That's disconnected. And we're down to 20 milliamps, which is basically nothing. That's going to be our problem right there. Now with that wire disconnected, you can see that our draw on this cable here is down to not even 10 milliamps. Our total system draw, this guy, is is only 30. That's going to be the problem right there. We're going to go see what our aftermarket device is. Looking down in here, behind our rear bumper, we have this component. This is what was connected to our power feed to the parking brake module. We're not sure what this is, but it's draining the battery, so we're going to remove it, disconnect it at least, and that's it.